But we say to those who are able, stand up and speak, stand up and care. Put aside your fear of opposing or being opposed. You are as much a part of the unfolding as those who inhabit the physical experience of this oppression and this war. Cruelty begets cruelty, which teaches us that we are all divine and we are all capable of the demonic. Only when we are finally able to understand this may we exorcise the power of the dark. It is not just that we no longer take sides. When we agree to see the shadow, we tell the truth. When we tell the truth, we are humbled. When we are humbled, we return to peace. There is no one to fight and no one to fear. Conquerors, sowers of vengeance, when you reach toward God, know that the devil reaches with you. When you suggest that God is on your side, whenever you use God's name in this way, be it Yahweh, Allah, or Christ, to justify harm, the devil speaks through you. And this is the inherent risk of any attempt to organize God. For the heart of man is most weak when he presumes to suggest that his own fear, his own broken need, knows anything of the divine. For the idea of God uttered in human fear is the furthest thing from holy. There is no holy war. There is no holy hate. And there is never ever such a thing as holy vengeance. For there is no God of any name who celebrates this base human emotion. And to suggest otherwise reveals only how far we are willing to travel from the truth of divine love to justify our own unholy games. The sacred is now fully absent from these lands where once the prophets roamed. There is nothing righteous here. In the willingness to harm one child, just one, all grace is gone. No matter what is written, no matter what is believed, a weapon which touches a child is held in the devil's hand. For religion is the attempt of man to organize his own dreams of power through the lens of his own fear and unconscious hunger. And while there is divinity in every moment, religious warfare is nothing but evil on all sides and in all forms. True faith does not divide, it embraces. True consciousness never blames, but only heals. True love owns nothing, not land and not people. True wisdom seeks no power, but rather transforms suffering through faith, consciousness, and love. Love takes no sides, for it is whole, holy, whole. Love is a pulsing sphere, and hate is but a circle, yet each will come back unto itself. And so, where is God, you ask, when children die, when safety is stolen? And the answer is always, always, love is the choice we make in every moment between the shadow and light within our own hearts. It is the day when each soul rises that the world will transform, the day when nation, race, and religion dissolve into one. And until we are ready, The demon of division will rise, will grow, will feed upon our fear, our spite, turning the sky black with our own thoughts, and the rivers red with the blood of those who die in innocence and ignorance, until the choice of the soul to return and live once more in the realm of opportunity of another human day. Know this: your flags mean nothing. Your borders mean nothing. Your military forces, your displays of righteous retaliation mean nothing when seen through the eyes of Creator. And so rise up, you children of the history of hate. Rise higher than who you think you are. Notice how easily the very fires which burned your ancestors now fall from your own lips, over and over, until you are ready to see. You slaughter your own cousins, your own sisters and brothers. You rape your own mothers and torture your own fathers. You make hell for your own children until you choose to be the authors of your own fate. And yes, the lies are everywhere. And yes, the powerful hold the greatest capacity for evil because they dance with the greatest capacity for good. They have forgotten alchemy. The demon of division has seduced their souls. They have become masters of illusion who claim to be protector of the lambs while quietly inviting the lion to eat his fill. Nothing is as it seems, because the old illusions must fall, and the more tightly we hold to how we think it should be, the more painful the rebirth will seem in the grip of our uncomfortable fears. But once revenge is spawned, it will take armies of peace, a great rising of the many millions of aspects of divine consciousness to come together, resistance of the highest order, as the devil dissolves, starved to death by our refusal to feed what is not born of compassion. Be not afraid, for there is no power greater than our willingness to love beyond borders, beyond religion, beyond our forefathers' ancient hate. The day must come when we do unto others not what has been done to us, but rather what pure love commands. We are asked to understand that no conflict, no suffering is one-sided. There is always a mutuality, a collaboration. The victim-persecutor dance lives within us all. The persecutor can only exist in relation to the victim. And so when we lift a victim up, persecution loses its hold. If we can turn our gaze away from the proud, the fierce, the righteous persecutor for a moment, and look instead toward lifting up those who have found themselves in the land of the victim, division has the opportunity to transform and the new consciousness arise. This is the perfect invitation of our times. To lift up sheds the identity of the victim. It generates a strength which has nothing to do with attack or counterattack. This strength runs deeper than any primitive childlike rage, for only one who holds a broken child within is capable of cruelty to other children in turn. Until awareness rises, the circle of hate must always return. As the world bears witness to Nakba once more, we may ask, how many times must suffering come? How many lives? How many losses? How much horror before we learn? It is the gift of those who suffer to awaken those who have been afraid to see. And from the stage of this theater, we simply cannot understand how even in this there is no mistake under heaven. We are asked to consider that it is the darkness which allows the light to illuminate. And if we look to every great leader, teacher, or wisdom keeper throughout human history, they have known suffering, the very suffering which created their strength. To wish an easy life upon a soul is to take from them the source of their power. Instead, we allow our hearts to open wide to every grieving family, every terrified child, and say, you cannot know just how much love is all around you, how many souls are beside you, how deeply your pain is felt and understood. Even when it seems all have abandoned you, know that you are not alone. You are not alone. But we say to those who are able, stand up and speak, stand up and care. Put aside your fear of opposing or being opposed. You are as much a part of the unfolding as those who inhabit the physical experience of this oppression and this war. When purpose and meaning are discovered, our pain is eased. So please, do not give this honor away to your gods. You are the owner. You are the shapeshifter. You are the one who creates poetry out of hurt. And soon you will begin to witness how there is magic in the heartbreak. For there is no angel who regrets their days of living and dying as a human soul. The night grows dark, but the dawn will come. The remembering of grace and compassion will one day surpass the need to divide and own and destroy. Your daily, your moment-to-moment willingness to envision and act in the glory of an utterly new world has more power than you know. You and the many are the answer to every question you hold.